Yum, yum, yum.
Head over heels for that someone. Head for the hills for nothing.
Hi besties, it's your girl Scarlet Uzumaki back with another video. Woohoo! So today I am here to yap to you about new things and new topics, and I'm so excited. So sit down, get a cup of tea, or if you're doing something, have me on in the background and let bestie talk to you. So today, let me show you what I'm wearing. It's actually my One Piece shirt, which is unironed as per usual because we live like heathens in this house. So this is the One Piece shirt from Primark, and it is based on the One Piece live action. So cookies and points to what I'm going to yap to you guys about today. Yes, it is about the One Piece the One Piece live adaptation, which is now on Netflix. Let's dial it back and talk a little bit about live action adaptations, or just adaptations in general. So whenever you get a popular IP, whether it's a comic book, a regular book, or it could be a manga, you will see to get big time conglomerate companies such as Amazon, Netflix, Disney wanted to adapt the source material for a bigger audience and to make more moolah. We've seen it time and time again. Beloved books, beloved games, beloved mangas, even beloved comic books turn into new adaptations that sometimes the fans love and sometimes they hate. But we all know that when you adapt an existing source material, it will not be a literal translation. I cannot even speak today. It will not be a literal translation from source material onto the screen. Sometimes they will take creative differences, creative liberties, and tweak things to suit their own narrative and their own mission to create their own version. So from my own experience, and I guess you guys' experience as well, when it comes to anime live adaptations, they always tend to be a hit or miss. Do you guys remember Death Note? Willem Dafoe as Ryuk? I'm talking about the American one, not the Japanese one. Ghost in the Shell, Scarlett Johansson. Anime adaptations will always be a hit and miss. So when you get something like a very big IP, like One Piece for example, which has been around for, I believe, 28 years, then you're gonna get trouble. So when it was announced in, I believe, 2021 that they were going to make a Netflix live adaptation of One Piece, fans were understandably divided because One Piece is literally the adventure of a lifetime. And if you are living under a rock, so I'm gonna get my notes up because my notes are like over here and I don't want to ramble. I don't want to yap too much because you know I am Yap Master 3000. So, as you know, One Piece is an anime centered around Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates in their bid to find the One Piece and get Luffy crowned as the Pirate King. Kaizukuni! Oriwanaru! I'm such a fucking weeb. So, it was first published in Weekly Shonen Jump in 1997, the best year of my life because I was born then, and then its anime adaptation came 2 years later in 1999, which would make One Piece the manga 28 years old, and then One Piece the anime I believe 26. But when the live action adaptation came out, there was praise for the casting initially, but there were a few characters that people did dog on. The big example being the actress playing Nami's sister, because she was black, whereas in the anime adaptation she was a darker skinned person, but it was more of a tan as opposed to being black or South Asian coded, for example. Now that the first season has wrapped up, the second season is underway. So rather than being concerned over how they're going to portray Tony Chopper, the cutest reindeer in the anime verse, they are concerned about the races of other characters. So we are moving on to the subject of the video today. So the main controversy that has circulated the anime community as of late is that a 28-year-old actress named Cherifa Chandran, who is playing Vivi, one of the main characters of the second season of the live action adaptation, is of South Asian descent. And in the anime and manga, Vivi is depicted as being of a lighter skin tone, almost pale. Maybe as pale as this shirt I am wearing right now. So Cherifa Chandran, she's not like an unknown actress or anything. She has been booked and busy. So she's been doing things like Alex Rider, doing Prophecy, and even Bridgerton, and so many more. But of course, Bridgerton is what most people know her from, and this has like introduced her to a wider audience because so many people lock in Netflix to watch Bridgerton, so including myself. And in Bridgerton, she played a character who is basically like a princess. She isn't a princess, but her whole mentality is very princess coded. She's very demure, she's very sweet, and of course she is very loyal to her family. And I think these are such traits which I think an actress should be able to portray on screen in order to play Nefertari Vivi, who also has these traits in order to save her own people, as you know, she is a princess. But some people believe that in order to portray this character, you have to at first be a carbon copy of this character. And we all know the anime community, if anything, is not going to be the most tolerant of people who don't look like them. The second season of One Piece follows the Alabasta arc. And Alabasta is a place in One Piece which has very much influences of the Middle East and North African. So it's very Middle Eastern / North African coded. But despite this, many of the characters, they have different skin tones, different hair colours, because it is fictional. It is not supposed to be a direct representation of the Middle East, because as far as I'm aware, there isn't a blue-haired princess in the Middle East. Nor is there a talking reindeer running around. Going back to adaptations, people have this expectation that every adaptation is supposed to be a word-for-word, page-for-page translation from the source material to the new adaptation. So due to this, many fans were, I guess, disappointed that the actress portraying Vivi wasn't somebody who was a paler skin tone. And were very angry that not only a South Asian actress was chosen, but she was one who had a very deep skin tone. And many people even went as far as to portray this disappointment onto their Threads account, because, you know, I love a good thread. I'm on there. It is like what Twitter should have been, or X, whatever, weird naming. Let me just pull it up on my phone. In my personal opinion, is that the best actor or actress can do the job no matter their race, ability, or their body type. And the person who created One Piece himself, Eiichiro Oda, he himself works as a producer for the live action series, and he himself goes to every casting call and has final say on who is picked for the role. He even went to South Africa in order to see the casting, and he himself said that every person that has been chosen is perfect for the role. So I don't understand why people are going against his vision in order to believe that their own opinions matter more than his own when he created it. So if he says no, they should agree with it. If he says yes, they should also be agreeing with it. I find it so strange. So if the creator of the media is happy, why can't the fans be? Why do the fans think that their opinion is above that of Eiichiro Oda's opinion? One person on Threads made a very valid point. If I could just draw it up for you, just to make sure I'm reading it off correctly. Let me pull it up for you. Pull it up. of threads makes a very valid point which I want to talk about. They said if people were complaining about her not being Arab but Indian, I wouldn't be annoyed. The problem is that they're complaining about her skin colour again, which I agree with, because Hollywood has a problem with lumping in Middle Eastern and South Indian culture together. I'm looking at you, Aladdin, because tigers do not live in the desert. Okay, Jasmine should never have had a tiger as a pet. If the argument was that they wanted somebody to sort of portray a Middle Eastern or North African version of Vivi correctly and cast somebody of that descent, I would agree. I love Tarifa Chandran, I love her work. However, if they were going for let's cast people as close to what they would be in real life, then I would say I wouldn't have casted her. Why not give somebody who is from North African or Middle Eastern descent a chance, because there are probably actresses from that side of the world who don't really get a lot of roles because they are pigeonholed in certain stereotypical roles. But unfortunately, the fans are not having these sorts of conversations. The conversations they are having is dark skin, bad, Vivi is white, which is just so backwards because we are way past that, okay, way past that. And instead their arguments come across as, quite frankly, very racist, as attacking an actress for something that she cannot change. Instead, attack like her acting. Say, you can't act. I didn't like you in Bridgerton. I thought you were too cute and too sweet and you shouldn't have been that when your sister stole your man. So but instead they are saying she's too dark, I don't find her attractive, which I think is horrible. But if you have seen any of Tarifa Chandran's previous work, such as Bridgerton, which I keep name dropping, you would know she is perfect for Vivi, a character who has sacrificed herself for her people, has love for her people, and has an undying loyalty to her friends. And this is something that she has been shown that she can portray on screen. So therefore, I think she'll be a wonderful fit for Vivi. And this just goes to show that some anime fans can never be pleased. They want people to look exactly like how they do from the anime. They want them to have the tiny waist, the big bust, the giant eyes, and to naturally be born with bright blue hair, which is never going to happen. So how about we just see what she can do? Let's just wait until season 2 comes out and let's watch Tarifa Chandran as Vivi and let's see what she can do. And let's support her, because that's what One Piece is all about. It's about supporting your crewmates, it's about freedom, and it is about pursuing your dreams. So let's all watch Tarifa Chandran pursuing her dreams of joining the One Piece verse. Okay, that's me for now. I have stopped yapping and I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you want to see more videos of me yapping, please let me know, and let me know of your opinions of this whole controversy, and let me know which side you're on. Are you on the side that says that Vivi should be exactly like her anime adaptation, or are you on the side that says that perhaps we should cast people from real world locations? Let me know. I always want to know your opinion. So take care, and let's see you in the next Yapathon. Alright, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
In my many minds, my many minds.